Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to our Kubernetes series. Today we will be discussing on DaemonSet. We are going to see there are certain challenges without your DaemonSet by using your deployment, and the challenges solved by the DaemonSet and how exactly the DaemonSet works, a kind of full flow, and key features and use cases of DaemonSet and important behaviors of DaemonSet, and we'll be seeing a comparison for DaemonSet and deployment also, and a quick recap about the discussion. And I will try to cover on priority, I don't take much time. Okay, let's enter into the video and have a discussion. First thing, DaemonSet, it will ensures pod should run on each and every node. Okay, so this is the, let's say we have a Fluentd for collecting the logs. Okay, like there might be a Prometheus agents also. Okay, and uh, let's say if you wanted to run that particular agent in each and every node. Okay, so obviously with the help of DaemonSet we are able to achieve that. And DaemonSet, what it does, in each and every node, one pod per node is always make sure to run the required agent in that particular pod. Okay, now let us see the problem, like what exactly makes the challenges without a daemon set. So there are some applications that must run on each and every node. So especially the logging agent that needs every node should be covered. If your node has no logs, node logging agent, the container logs are completely obviously lost, right? And with respect to the monitoring also, monitoring agents need in every node. So missing a node means there is should be, or there might be a blind spot of your cluster metrics. And with respect to the networking plugins also, so each and every node that requires a network plugin per node, especially like container runtime interface plugin, that must exist on each and every node to enable a pod networking. Okay, and for, and also we'll be seeing that the deployment cannot guarantee these particular things. Why? Because the deployment spreads the pods randomly, not like for one node, one pod. It won't work like that. Randomly it will spread. Okay, and the solution for this was DaemonSet will guarantees exactly one pod on each and every node. It always maintains that and automatically maintains that. So if you see the problem with the deployment, there is no guarantee of one pod per node. There, if we have one node, there might be a two pods running in the same node, and there is another node which there is no pods at all, and there is a one another node there is no pods at all. So here the deployment distributes pods randomly, as I said, and not per node basis or one per node basis. Now let us understand what is a daemon set. So first thing was, daemon set, it will ensures one pod runs on each and every node. Okay, so not more than one, like one or two. It is exactly one per node, and every time it does the same. And it auto adds the pods to the new nodes. That means new nodes, whenever new nodes joins to the cluster, demand set will immediately schedules a pod in that particular node. And also it automatically removes the pods whenever the node is leaving from the cluster. Let's say if the node was removed, then the daemon set pod is cleaned up automatically. It won't be kind of left over. Okay, and also it is going to design for system level services, especially the background agents that needs each and every cluster wide which was present, not in the application pods. Application pods are something like main application, database application, API server, like that. Okay, but these are some background agents like log collectors, health check status parsers. Okay, and the rule here was very simple: n nodes in your cluster, it ensures the deployment, I mean the daemon set will ensures n pods created by the daemon set. It should be always and automatically. This is the high level picture of daemon set, one pod per node. So daemon set will watches the all nodes. Let's say we have three nodes, then each and every node one pod was created. Okay, let's say if the new node was added to the cluster, then daemon set will checks it, and it will automatically create a new pod in that particular newly added node. Okay, that is what exactly daemon set was. Now let us understand how the daemon set works. First thing was you create a DaemonSet YAML, okay, where you are going to define which pod to run. Let's say, for example, Fluentd to uh, collecting the logs, okay, for log agent. Then the DaemonSet controller will scans all nodes. So it is basically checks does every node which is already have this particular pod or not. If it is not there, then that will add a pod out of it, and if it is already there, then it will left like that. And then once it scans for the existing pods, then it schedules one pod per node. So it creates a pod directly on each and every node. It is going to bypass the normal scheduling, and then the new node, I mean, whenever the new node joined to the cluster, pod automatically creates no, I mean, pod instantly within that new node. And let's say if the node was removed or got shut down, in that case, pod automatically cleaned up, and it won't just like leftover, it will always ensures to clean. So this is the high level flow, like node lifecycle events. First, whenever node joins, the pod is automatically created, and if we have a running nodes, the pod is automatically created in that nodes, and if the node leaves, then the pod also removed in that node. Now let us understand the key use cases of DaemonSet. There are four primary use cases. One thing was log collection, monitoring agents, network plugins, and security agents. Let us see one by one. First thing, log collection. So each and every node that must have the log agent to collect the containers, basically the standard output logs and standard error logs. Okay, so that will ship to the control plane, basically for central storage. Okay, these are the log collector agents like Fluentd, Fluentbit, log stash agent. Okay, and coming to the another use case, monitoring agents. So here it is going to collect the CPU, memory, disk, network metrics from each and every node to feed into your monitoring stack. The monitoring agents example was Prometheus node exporter, Datadog agent, Dynatrace agent, and the another use case was monitoring plugin. So here, sorry, network plugin. So here it enables the pod networking, especially like a container network interface plugin that must run on each and every node to configure the network interface for pods to communicate. So these are the example for that networking plugins. Calico, View, okay, Qproxy, which is built-in plugin, okay. Likewise, the another use case was security agent. So we may have a security scanning that must watch each and every node for the instructions, for the vulnerabilities, and for policy violations. There are some security agents like Falco, CrowdStrike, Vault Agent Injector. Okay, so this is some use cases of DaemonSet, like what exactly, when exactly the real world use cases of DaemonSet is used. Now let us understand the behavior, a kind of important DaemonSet behavior or key points about the DaemonSet. First thing was exactly one pod per one node by default it will map. So it is going to guarantee and never be more and never be less. And the second important point was it can target a specific nodes with selectors. There is a certain selectors like SSD only, GPU nodes, only the specific zones. I will show the example also how exactly the uh, DaemonSet YAML file looks like. And there is a concept of tolerates system taints. That means the DaemonSet pods can run on master, that means control plane nodes that regular pods obviously cannot run in the control plane, right? And we have one more point, which is pod restarts follow a normal policy. So if your DaemonSet pod crashes, the kubelet on that particular node will restart it automatically. This process is normal in the deployment also and here also. Okay, so here is the node targeting, like how many it was targeting or how it was targeting. Okay, let's say if we have a label which is SSD, then it will target the pod is created on that particular node only. Okay, if HDD it was, then that node is skipped. Okay, by default all nodes are targeted. If we have any specific labels, then in that case it is going to target to the specific labeled nodes only. Let me show you a quick example about the DaemonSet YAML file. By that you will get to understand. Here you can see the DaemonSet YAML file, where initially we are going to define the API version, and kind should be the DaemonSet, that is the resource type should be the DaemonSet, and in the metadata we are going to give the name of the DaemonSet. Okay, and then in the specifications there is a selectors. Okay, so there is a concept of match labels. We are going to add a label to the pod that creates by the DaemonSet. Okay, this is the label. Okay, and there is a concept of a template. There is a concept of template where we are going to add a labels for that particular template. This is the label again. Label is applied to that particular pod, and I just showed one example here, SSD. This is the specifications where the node selectors label is added. Okay, so the disk type is SSD. That means only the scheduled pods on the nodes which is labeled with this disk space SSD is chosen. Those are the targets, I can say. And this is the complete example of the DaemonSet YAML file. Now let us quickly jump into the DaemonSet versus deployment comparison. So first thing was, deployment is especially for application workloads, and DaemonSet is for system level agents. Let us see first a deployment where it runs a n replicas whenever or anywhere in the cluster. Okay, it won't have any specific specific configurations or specific indications, and pods replaces by the scheduler. Okay, and scale up as well as down freely by the deployment, and rolling updates as well as rollbacks is maintained by the deployment. And it especially uses for web apps, APIs, and microservices. There might be a chances in node 1 there are what we can say, 2 pods are running. In node 2 0 pods are running. In node 3 1 pod is running. Okay, so this spreading is uneven, we can say. And coming to the daemon set, here 1 pod per every node, and pod placed directly on each node auto scales with a cluster nodes, and cluster wide coverage is always maintained, especially used for logging, monitoring, and networking. This is the how it was. Now a quick recap what exactly we have covered in this particular video about the daemon set, where it always ensure 1 pod on each and every node, and auto adds as well as auto removes the pods, and logging and monitoring, especially for that use case it will be. And also one more use case was network plugins like CNI, container network interface. And it is different from the deployment. Why? Because we just seen the differences between the deployment as well as the daemon set. Okay, so in the upcoming video, we will be covering on job and cron jobs. And one important point or final point about the daemon set was, daemon set is your cluster-wide sentinel, and it will ensure a service is running on each and every single node, no matter what. And I hope so you found some useful information out of this particular video. And see you in the upcoming video. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.